All right, welcome back. Welcome back. So we all know the news of the hour. We know the breaking news for the day. We have talked about it, and we are back again to share some of the important things as it unfolds. Remember, the destination of the Venezuela president is still yet to known. People said that he's on his way to America. People said that he had been sent to a known location and all that. We are going to go through some of the news as of today, or the news as they unfold, because BRICS, which I've told you about, the country that formed this organization called BRICS, headed by Russia, Iran, South Africa, China, some said India, but I'm not sure. I cannot quote exact country that have formed BRICS for now, but this is country that I knew that started it initially. So please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel as we go through it. So it is now clear that Russia have actually made their own statement. They are now demanding for the release of the Venezuela president. Okay, remember the man is involved in a lot of Ahike cartel, like people that are pushing powder and all that. You know what I mean by that. So few months ago, American has recorded a lot of a case that is somehow drug related from Venezuela to America, and the man in question, the president that have been captured, is involved in that allegedly. So, just in, according to BRICS News, said Russia called for the United States to release Nicolás Maduro. So that is the name of the man. Look at him here, the Venezuela president. And people are panicking, especially those of them from Bongorians. You know what I mean by that? So a lot of panic. For example, hear what this man said. And his wife. No, I'm gonna just a moment. Listen.
This is very terrifying. If Donald Trump can capture Venezuela's president and his wife in the middle of the night while they were still sleeping, this man can capture anybody he wants to capture in this world. Yes, this Venezuela's president was seen in an interview last night. He was saying something about collaborating with the US to fight with drug trafficking in this country, right? On between 11 p.m. and 3 a.m., this man and his wife were captured. And they were taken to a unknown location. Right now, nobody knows where they are. Like, all the presidents in the world, they are all shaking right now because nobody knows this man, Donald Trump's action. Like, nobody knows the next step he will take. Can you believe that? Hey! Like, this is really shocking. This is really shocking, guys. Everybody is shaking right now. Nobody knows where this man is. Venezuela's president, nobody knows where he is. With all his bodyguards and army people looking after him, standing guards, nobody knew when they came and captured this man and his wife while they were sleeping. Meaning that if this man wants to enter Nigeria, allegedly, this man can capture.
you know I'm laughing because this is exactly what I thought that is going on in the minds of an average Nigerians, especially those of them that are ranting on social media. Don't worry, let's go through some of those things because we are here for that anyway. I want to hear what Joseph Okechukwu said. Listen to this, because not only that, many people are reacting and different misreaction and all that, but our goal is to bring it to you the way it is, the real deal. So pay attention.
So Nicolás Maduro, the Venezuelan president, has just been captured with his wife. So in all my years of covering geopolitics, and I've done this for quite a while, for some time now, I've never seen the capture of a sitting president happen this fast. Never even thought I would witness anything like this in my life. It just goes to show you how different this President Trump is from the first term President Trump. It goes to show you how much investment, the overwhelming and incredible incredible investment that these guys have made in the direction of intelligence.
Which is true.
Intelligence to the point they had to align this operation to become this swift, this fast, lightning speed. The president of a nation. Can you imagine the amount of diplomacy, high-level diplomacy, almost out-of-worldly level diplomacy, and then intelligence? My goodness. Because I know a little bit about intelligence gathering, when I think of the amount of resources that must have gone into this, it makes my heart almost want to stop. Because the operation was too smooth, was too swift. And what does that remind you? Doesn't it?
That he even said that he watched this live, like he followed this, closely when the operation was on and everything. He monitored it from White House, monitored everything, the way the whole thing is going.
Remind you of Nigeria.
So Nigeria, everybody's talking about Nigeria.
When America spoke about Nigeria, remember how my people went to town with all their propaganda and the challenging and beating their chests and clenching their fists and said, America, you can't do anything. While they were doing all of that, intelligence gathering was on another level in Nigeria. And how did we know? The strike in Sokoto. When that strike happened, be honest, did you ever know there was such a massive terrorist base in Sokoto? I had never heard anything that has to do with terrorist base in association with Sokoto before that time.
Which is true.
But you see, they found out. Imagine.
And that triggers so many people begin to question that airstrike. They asked him, how come you are carrying airstrike on a society or a state, a town, a community that has not recorded even one terrorist activities? But nobody knew that is where they kept their equipment, sophisticated machine that they used in producing or for their own production, bringing all this explosive weapon and all that. We often hear that they are now manufacturing AK-47 in northern part and all that. You think they're doing it with bare hands, their equipment and everything. You don't know. They understand all these things. So that's why when Bishop Kuka and Reno Mokri, they are going to America to there's no Christian genocide, they will be looking at you like, is that what will be going in their mind? Is that you are one of them or you are speaking out of ignorance? They just allow you to, just for formality, but they already know what they're doing. I heard that some of them are deleting their tweets because of what is going on in Venezuela as we speak. That Sheikh Gumi have deleted his own tweet. I have not verified that, allegedly. Somebody said it. Maybe I'm going to share that with you on this video. Just calm down. And please don't forget to like the video.
Imagine how many other terrorist sympathizers and supporters and funders and sponsors, they already have their locations.
Exactly.
And like I say to people, this President Trump is different. When he moves, he doesn't know how to look back. That strike in Sokoto was a warning to say, hey guys, we're on ground. And this is only just the beginning. This strike in Venezuela that just took this guy away, after making some statements that America can't do anything and having press conferences day before yesterday or even yesterday to say, hey, we're negotiating with America, everything's going to be fine. This is to tell you who is out there thinking that America has forgotten about me, that, hey, we're coming. We're coming. It's a lesson.
Would they learn?
It's a lesson.
I don't think so.
To all the people who are troubling the rest of us.
They won't learn.
And refusing to allow us to drink and drop our cup. To have peace. All of you, this is a lesson. This is a sign that, hey, we're coming. Will Nigeria learn from this?
No.
And speed up their response?
Stop and fly.
The direction of restoring peace.
Stop and fly.
Restoring dignity and sovereignty to people who have been so terribly marginalized and oppressed just on account of who or how they choose to worship has gone on for close to 2 decades. We started with denial, then we propagandized, and then At the end of the day, we began to challenge even the helper who wants to come to help.
Are
you going to learn from this, or are you going to continue to be adamant, ignorantly adamant?
Nobody will learn anything from it as long as Nigeria is concerned. In fact, listening to you, they will be like, you are saying it because you're a Biafran. They don't understand it. It's not about being a Biafran, it's about for humanity. Like, it doesn't matter, Christianity, Judaism, any religion at all. Even some Muslims that are not in line with what is going on, they deserve to live. But guess what? The government of the day is investing a huge amount of money to fund this kind of madness going on everywhere. Look at the president of Venezuela. You are a president, you maneuver everything and become president. Instead of you to even mind your business and run the country for the betterment of your people, you decided to side cabal just to push, and you'll be waving sword and showing how to tie a scarf that represent Hamas and Hezbollah. You are doing that publicly and funding, using the federal money, your money that meant for your people to fund what I don't know. Living like a king at detriment of other people's life. Imagine what the forces are now doing, just like what the Nigerian government are doing. Nigerian army, because once you have bad governance, it will enter everybody. After capturing the man, they are now sending the people on the street, celebrating the forces from Venezuela, probably the army or air force, I don't know, started using their truck to buy some people, protesters, on the street. And you think those things will make people be, I don't understand. But let's keep watching. Let's keep watching. Anyway, I have other things to share with us, okay? And we shall continue from where we stop. So, anyone that you see me skipping is not meant for this video, all right? This guy, this is one of the, not one, he's not the only one. This is one of those terrorist sympathizers, those who were warning Trump and saying all this stuff. Let's read his comment 6 hours ago based on what has happened in Venezuela and see his own side of the story. Let's sense if there's any panic from what he's saying. He said, Venezuela is a Christian majority country. Christian. I know, these Northerners, they think they're smart. Listen, Venezuela is a Christian majority country, yet Trump is bombing them without thinking twice. And this same Trump is telling the world that he will invade Nigerian gun ablaze to save Christians. And yet some idiots trust him. Yet it is always politics. They don't care about you. You don't need to tell us who care about us. We know. You guys are liars. The Christian majority country that their leader is funding Hamas and Hezbollah. What did I tell you? You think people are very crazy? In fact, what you said, if you want us to think deep, it simply means that American is 100% right. A Christian country converting their money to fund what I don't know. All his friends are who? Iranians, President, Syria, Yemen, Turkey, just mention them. Even Nigeria. When you say Nigeria, I'm talking about Islamic State of Nigeria, headed by Northerners. Northern Fulani, a few percent in them that have taken everything and using that for their own benefit.
At least 7 explosions have been heard in the capital, Caracas, accompanied by a number of low-flying aircraft. Loud noises have been heard in the southern area of the capital, near a major military base, and the area is reportedly without electricity. A column of smoke is visible. The Venezuelan government's made no comment at this stage. The explosions were first heard around half an hour, 40 minutes ago. It's just gone 2:30 in the morning in Venezuela. We're going to go now to Lucia Newman, our Latin American editor, who's coming to us from Santiago. Lucia, what can you tell us?
Yes, so I'm hearing the same thing, that roughly 45 minutes ago, there were explosions heard and smoke was seen rising from Fortuna. Fortuna is not that far away from the presidential palace. It is the main military base in Caracas. It's a key center there, and a series of explosions we're hearing were heard throughout the area, and then there was a blackout. We're also hearing that ambulances were heard, sirens are being heard there right now. People are being evacuated, presumably soldiers and other people key to that fort too now, which I can assume was the target of whatever it is that happened. But we don't know exactly how this explosion happened. Was it an airstrike? Was it some kind of a sabotage? Was it an accident?
a kind of sabotage. This is Al Jazeera, and you can see the person that's sharing that. This is what happened, how the whole thing happened, and when it happened. People were kind of confused, trying to figure out what could that be. But as of now, the news is everywhere, so we already know what happened. Patrick said USA captured attack on Venezuela. UFCA captured attack on Venezuela. Lesson for Nigeria. Dear President Bola Ahmed's official part, Nigerians would accept nothing short of a free, fair, credible, and peaceful election 2027. Nigerian mobilized. So he's advocating for reform, in-Exile reform, and all that. But everybody with their own mentality and their own understanding. Let's hear what he said.
My country people, it be like this President Donald Trump second time with a laughing go with you. Now young people scatter, depending on who you be, and can meet anybody at any time. If you do anyhow, you can see anyhow. This one as they play, they show bonjo. Today now Venezuela, this one don't be only airstrike, as they do heavy airstrike for the country. According to reports, U.S. forces, the Venezuelan president and first lady Nicolás Maduro with his wife, U.S. forces don't capture them. Then they on top warship now, they go U.S. to go stand trial for New York courts. As Trump, they talk in the back and forth with action. Now, I got this on Nigerian comments, they talk, say, America, Trump, don't come try that kind of thing for Nigeria. Say, if they don't try that kind of thing, they go see the way Nigerians go rise up, they go fight, they go resist. As you know, when President Tinubu and APC federal affliction, he get many lessons no one go learn from this case of Venezuela, because Nigerian government to the when I went the government, let me say when I go they condemn military coup for other countries, but when I go they do democratic and civilian coup for your own country, because election riggers are coup plotters. People when they steal the mandate of the people, na coup neither they carry out, not only military, neither they do coup. There are different similarities and lessons to learn for this Venezuela case. As they carry the president with his wife, so the minister for defense come out and talk say, the people should get up and resist it and do this. My dear people, I go see picture and video of people when they see me, they go resist. Then the video and then they look at like saying a cinema. Some of the Venezuela people when they other country, they interview them for US, for Spain and other places. Two of them they talk say, one talk say, we have been waiting for this for years. As it don't happen, so as it has happened finally, we should celebrate it and say, hey. When I see people when they come and say when they go resist something, they don't carry on a president and wife, and the wife when I say they should celebrate it. But that is the reality. When you as a leader you decide to turn yourself to a tyrant, to a predator upon your own people, when they say more than 200 million Venezuelans don't flee out of the country.
Only people that are very, very hell-bent in supporting terrorism and injustice, Sharia law are the one angry about the whole thing. And little percentage, free number of Yorubas who don't want anything to interfere on Tinubu's, as a president of Nigeria. These are people, not that they don't know the truth, they all know the truth, but their voice is somehow down now because of after seeing the activities of America in Venezuela. Most of them are not taking note. Stephen says something: the folk in Iran should take their lesson from Venezuela and fear Trump. The highly skilled men had their delegate operation under an hour to have captured Maduro and his wife. Now see what happened here. This is how the whole thing happened. You can see, just watch it. When the operation was on in Venezuela, how they did it. Okay, this one is just 14 seconds. You can see it. You can see it. When you hear God a blessing, this is what it is. This is all what it means. You can see. Not be here. I hope you are watching that, right? It's only just 50 something seconds, almost 1 minute. You know, they say if you see it, if you do anyhow, you see anyhow. This is what it is. This is what it is. So, and here is the man when they finally captured him. You understand? And I don't know who is behind this account. What he said is the AES countries of Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger should closely watch what the US is doing in Venezuela and see how China and Russia abandon the country. It is high time they increase their defense and security because the devil does not sleep. He is awake, looking for resources to loot and steal in both so-called poor and rich countries. This one don't even know what they're saying. You see, the issue about Venezuela and oil and all that is about the interest. Every country is looking for the interest. You don't rely 100% on any other country to be your backbone. You have to stand firm, do what you can, and protect yourself. American interest in Venezuela is not hidden. And not only that interest is what it's not about only the interest. Venezuela president, the one that I just captured, opened Venezuela border, allowing Russia, Iran to have their military base. And you know Venezuela is very close to America. Like this, just the same thing Russia is angry about Ukraine, saying they will never allow them to join NATO. So don't compare what is going on in Venezuela with, Mali and Burkina. They don't have issue with America, and if they want to have, the only issue they have is they are, forming an alliance with Russia, which is for the interest of this country or these African countries, and I'm 100% in support of that. But they don't need to go and start looking for American problem because they are with Russia. It doesn't work that way. You are with Russia does not mean that you are Russia. So they are not the same. So this man we are seeing here is a very big problem. And my advice if I'm to advise Ibrahim Traore and all the AES countries, just stay your lane, distance yourself from what is going on in Venezuela and protect yourself. That's all. I don't think America will turn their eyes on those countries. So this is Donald Trump. Let's hear what he said.
Venezuela that are now living in the United States and want to go back to their country. It's their homeland. We can't take a chance that somebody else takes over Venezuela that doesn't have the good of the Venezuelan people in mind. We've had decades of that. We're not going to let that happen. We're there now, and what people don't understand, but they understand as I say this, we're there now, but we're going to stay until such time as the proper transition can take place. So we're going to stay until such time as we're going to run it essentially until such time as a proper transition can take place. As everyone knows, the oil business in Venezuela has been a bust, a total bust for a long period of time. They were pumping almost nothing by comparison to what they could have been pumping and what could have taken place. We're going to have our very large United States oil companies, the biggest anywhere in the world, go and spend billions of dollars, fix the badly broken infrastructure, the oil infrastructure, and start making money for the country. And we are ready to stage a second and much larger attack if we need to do so. So we were prepared to do a second wave if we needed to do so. We actually assumed that a second wave would be necessary, but now it's probably not. The first wave, if you'd like to call it that, the first attack was so successful, we probably don't have to do a second, but we're prepared to do a second wave, a much bigger wave, actually.
So America is going to take charge of Venezuela for time being until transition government take place. That's what he's saying here. An American company is going to resume operation in Venezuela because when you talk about American interest in Venezuela, this is about oil, yes. Not only that, Venezuela is trying to oppose threat by opening door for countries like Iran, Syria, Yemen, all these terrorist groups, just to open door for them to run the country over, which is not going to be possible. No war power like China will not allow that. Russia will not allow that. America cannot allow that. So anybody saying otherwise is just talking to himself, because maybe you don't know what you are saying, or maybe you are just ignorant of that. Then I wonder who opened border for this and Northerners in Venezuela. Look at what that's why this is the reason why every sensible human being should understand when we talk about separation of division of Nigeria. This is one of it. Look at what in the midst of all this chaos, Nigerian-based Venezuela Solidarity Group condemn U.S. military strikes, demand whereabouts of President Maduro, and look at them protesting. U.S. hands off Venezuela. No war, no war on. I don't know what I say. No war on Venezuela. No war on Venezuela. No war on Venezuela. Okay. Then here he said Venezuela solidarity campaign in Nigeria. Are they in Nigeria and Venezuela? What is the topic saying? The Nigerian-based Venezuela solidarity. Okay, those ones are in Nigeria. Nigerian-based, okay, Nigerian-based Venezuela solidarity group. No, what I was thinking, how do they manage? Nothing has done travel, so they're just based in Nigeria and protesting. How can you? Because this is a global agenda. Nothing as Fulanis, nothing as AKA Nigerian politicians are not what you think they are. They are the one that call these people out to march out in solidarity. And what do you think America will think about you? They are grooming people with a different mindset for jihad. They protested against one beauty pageant in France some time ago. Anything that has to do with other countries, they will do it. When Trump won the election, they buy people in the people who were celebrating in Port Harcourt. They buy people for that. And Trump should know, American government should know, and even Israel, that your number one enemy is not far from you. You can see that. And all these things that people are trying to avoid, saying that no, they should not come because Nigeria is a sovereign nation. If you're truly a sovereign nation like you claim, you don't need to have people controlling your country like terrorists. That's not what sovereign nation is done for. You understand? But anyway, please let me know what you think about it, because everybody have their own opinion. All right, everybody have their own opinion. I would like to know what you think about everything that is going on now, and put your comments. Let me know what you think about it. Like I said, don't forget to like the video, share it, and subscribe if you're new. God bless you and take care of yourself. Bye bye for now.